microphones. Ready?
I think, yeah, I just want to be.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. All right, this is the Ethics Committee meeting for Wednesday, January 28th, 2026. We started the meeting in a non-public session at 6:16 PM, and we came out of the non-public session at 6:41 PM. I'll call this meeting to order, and we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. So, I'm making a motion to seal the non-public meeting minutes
I second.
and seconded by Christina. The reason behind the sealing is it could affect adversely the reputation of any person other than a member of this board. And now we need a roll call vote to seal the minutes. Brenda?
Yes.
Yes. Christina?
Yes.
Leah?
Yes.
Yes. And Carl, myself, yes. Motion passed. And these minutes were recorded by Leah Cushman. And I will take the correspondence to the town clerk's office tomorrow morning, and they'll seal, they have a process for sealing the minutes. Okay? All right, so, back to our agenda. Review of the agenda, any amendments to the agenda?
No.
No.
Okay, if so, I move to accept the agenda as written,
Second?
seconded by Christina. All right, next thing is a review of the minutes from the previous meeting from November 20th, 2025. I gave everybody a copy. Any amendments to the meeting minutes?
I wasn't here.
Everything good? I mean, I reviewed it, and I had no
It was a
issues with it.
very eventless meeting.
It was.
Yes.
Okay, all right, so, motion, I'll make a motion to accept the meeting minutes from November 20th, 2025.
Second.
Second by Leah. All in favor?
Aye.
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 None opposed, passes 400. On the attendance, absent today is Kimberly Gannon.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So, next thing is new correspondence. We received an email to the Ware Ethics Committee on January 7th from a Ware resident. And I'll just read into the record the letter from the Ware resident. I have information regarding a town employee that I would submit hard evidence for the following: making false statements to a law enforcement official, obstruction of justice, violation of Title 62 Criminal Code, Section 641:7, indecent exposure, public urination, buddy punching, violation of public trust. Should this information be submitted to the New Hampshire Attorney General's Office, State Police, ? I will only communicate with Leah Cushman. We couldn't take any action with this email. Leah Cushman did reply to the complainant and said that he or she needs to file a formal ethics complaint using our website form. Until then, we can't proceed any further on this item. All in agreement?
Agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
And we have, we did have other correspondence, but that was handled in a non-public session. And no other new, I've checked the mailbox today, there was no other new mail or no new emails. So that's the end of the new correspondence. Okay. Old business. We had an inquiry from September of 2025 regarding should immediate family be allowed to serve on the same board, with an additional question about having multiple members provide that family with an undue amount of influence over said board or committee and the decisions it makes. So at our meeting back in November, we discussed the inquiry, and we pretty much said that with the town policy, the town policy on boards, committees, and commissions, that they have a conflict of interest statement, and I'll go over our formal response. And then in the code of conduct, ethics code of conduct, there's also a recusal process that we deal with when there's a conflict of interest. So this letter I have dated January 28, 2026, and the subject is the inquiry response for I-2025-001. And I'll read into the record. The Ware Ethics Committee has reviewed the inquiry request I-2025-001 for advice and counsel regarding the form submitted to the group on September 24, 2025. The main topic listed on the request was should immediate family be allowed to serve on the same board. Additional query on the issue, does having multiple members provide that family with an undue amount of influence over said board or committee and the decision it makes. Our response was the Ware Town Policy on Boards, Committees, and Commissions amended May 6, 2024. Section 2 on recruitment, selection, appointment process of committee members. Part B, selection, Article 4, potential conflict of interest. Are there any possible business or personal conflicts of interest that may affect the candidate's ability to make decisions that are in the best interest of the town as a whole? And then the Ware Ethics Committee also recognizes the Ware Ethics Code of Conduct. In 2 sections, there's responsibility and honesty that employees, committees, and board members sign and acknowledge with the town clerk upon joining the town of Ware in their new role. Under responsibility, there's 4 sections of responsibility. The last one I have highlighted, I do not use my office or the resources of the town for personal or political gain for myself, my family, friends, or associates. And then under honesty, there's 4 bullets on that. On the first bullet, I am honest with all with whom I interact in my official capacity. I will disclose any matters that might present a conflict of interest and will recuse myself when appropriate. Recuse means to withdraw from discussion and voting. So therefore, the Ware Ethics Committee agrees that the vetting process by the Ware Town Policy on Boards, Committees, and Commissions, along with the Town of Ware Code of Ethics acknowledgement, cover the conflict of interest issue brought up by inquiry I-2025-001. Respectfully, Carl Hallstrom, Ware Ethics Committee Chair. And we all had a chance to read this. If there's anything you want me to add to the letter?
I just have a question.
Yes.
The original complaint was just about immediate family members, and the additional query talked about having multiple family members. We didn't discuss that, did we?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In our discussion, we talked about it, and I talked about how sometimes even spouses, like husband and wife, we may not see the same thing on any issue, on a committee, and then we also, I think we might have mentioned, like, on appointments, this is where it comes in where say, the town of Selectmen has an appointment to put somebody on a commission or a committee, where they have to look at the conflict of interest stuff. But if if you voted into one of the positions that require a vote of the town, they could vote 5 family members into one commission, because it's the public,
Right,
Vote.
doing that, yeah.
you know, so. But, so the big part is, I believe we're covered. I mean, the town has covered itself, and I looked at the statutes that exist on the RSA for the state of New Hampshire, and they had discussions about not, and the town has it in their board policy where you can't serve on, say, 2 of certain types of boards or commissions. You can't be like, say, a school teacher and be on the school board, or, you can't be like a town employee and be on the budget committee or finance committee that determines your salary, kind of stuff like that. So those conflicts are looked at, and there's certain statutes that cover certain things for the towns and for the legislature too.
Okay.
So, but the town does have a policy that should encompass pretty much all conflicts of interest. And if you don't think it's a conflict of interest and somebody else does, I would address, the Board of Selectmen that makes that appointment and say, hey, did you look at this? And kind of stuff like that. And the other big part is on the ethics code, where if you might be handling something, say you're on the planning board, and you might have a immediate family member that's trying to have something done, or where you want something added to a parcel or something like that, and you have an immediate family member on that board, that immediate family member on that board should recuse themselves and not hear or vote on your complaint or request. So, that kind of stuff like that. So if you're in agreement with this, I will sign this letter and then send it. Actually, I'll just sign the letter and I'll file it with the complaint. This is an anonymous inquiry. So it'll be filed with the complaint, and I'll close this complaint out effective today.
Okay. I move we accept
Okay?
and,
And I'll-
submit it as the
I'll
response.
scan a copy
I
of this
second.
letter,
okay.
so you'll have it electronically too. Okay? All right, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, none. Motion passes 400. And let's see, all right, that's old business. New business. So a discussion, we have 2 positions on the Ethics Committee up for town election in March. The filing period started about a week ago, and it ends on January 31st. You need to file with the town clerk if you'd like to run for the Ethics Committee position. And they'll be open till 5 o'clock on Friday. They're not open tomorrow because they stay open late on Wednesday nights, so you got one more day to file. If you'd like to come back up to run for Ethics Committee, Brenda and Christina have been appointed by us to fill vacant positions. Leah, you're good for another couple of years. I'm good for another year. And Kimberly's good for 2 more years.
Yep.
Okay? Yeah, you and Kimberly are the same. Right. So that's the big part, and there's many other positions out there that the town needs help with. I had a list,
We did have a list.
I had a list of, here it is. The selectmen are looking for 2 positions for a 3-year term, one position for 1-year term. Ethics Committee we got 2 positions for a 3-year term. And the other thing is, we meet once a month. It's not a daily meeting, and we deal with ethics. And then Library Committee, we have a former member. Were you a trustee?
7 years, yeah.
7 years. There's a 1-position term for 3 years for the Library Committee. And then Supervisor Checklist, one position for 6-year term, but I've been reading, there's a warrant article, they want to reduce that to a 3-year term for the supervisor of the checklist. I believe,
6 years is a long time to do something.
right, yeah. But I think there was something was passed on the RSA, or, the upper part, and it'll come down to the town, where they changed that. It might have been a 6-year term in the past, and the state legislated it down to the town. I don't know. And then, moderator, they're looking for one position for a 2-year term. And then trustee of trust funds, they got one position for a 3-year term. So again, filing for candidates for town offices opened on January 21st, 2026, and closes January 31st, 2026 at 5 PM at the town clerk office, 15 Flanders Memorial Road, Ware, New Hampshire. Okay, so I just made my spiel and hoping we get some volunteers to serve on all these committees to help your town. And that's the end of new business, and I'm gonna call this meeting to a close, 7
Second.
o'clock. Motion? I
said
can just,
second.
I can just call it to adjourn, seconded by Leah, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, 7 PM. Thank you.